The recreational side-by-side market has grown in double digits for the last 6 years. Not even nagging legal issues or an economic recession could stop this recreational juggernaut. Now, the market is spilling over with vehicles designed to play every bit as hard as they work. And if you jumped into the game right now, you might not have a good understanding of where all this fun began. Back in 2003, Yamaha announced that the very first Rhino 660 models would be hitting showroom floors early in 2004. At first, the majority of the ATV media didn't really even know what to make of this new idea. Before the Rhino, side-by-side ATVs were designed with one purpose in mind: get the job done where bigger vehicles couldn't. And to say these things weren't much fun would be an understatement. It only took one ride in a Rhino to understand why this was such a great idea. It was capable, useful, and a pile of fun. But more so, it provided a completely different riding experience, even on trails riders were very familiar with. By 2005, Rhino fever had taken hold of the industry. Sales were so good it was difficult to even find a new Rhino at a dealer, and used units weren't selling for much under retail. On top of the Rhino's success all on its own, it also sparked an entirely new aftermarket industry that could supply parts to transform your Rhino into anything from a jacked up mud bogger to a long travel desert racer to anything in between. What happened next was exactly what you would expect. The competition took notice of the potential in this new market and started building competitive vehicles. And while the Rhino held its own for a while, it was eventually overshadowed by vehicles with more power, better ride, and sportier handling. Fast forward nearly a decade. It's 2013, and Yamaha has gone from being praised as the innovator of the fastest growing segment in the industry to being ridiculed for not continuing to improve the Rhino to keep it fresh and relevant. But behind the scenes, they hadn't been sitting still. A new side-by-side had been in the works for a few seasons and is finally ready to be unveiled to the waiting public. It's time to meet the 2014 Yamaha Viking. Front to back, top to bottom, the Viking is a new beast and makes no bones about what it's here to do. Instead of focusing all of their attention on the pure sport market, which is smaller and already hotly contested, Yamaha decided to take the Viking in a new direction and built it from the ground up as a play hard, work harder type of ride. In the process, they addressed some of its sport utility competition's low points, most notably the ability to carry 3 full-size occupants comfortably and safely. When much of its competition has room for only 2, the Viking seats 3. Furthermore, where its 3-seat competition treats the middle passenger like a second-class citizen, the Viking provides a comfortable bucket seat, adjustable handholds and headrest, and a full 3-point seat belt, which means you no longer have to pull straws to find out who has to sit in the middle. It's too easy to look at the sport utility class and simply write them off in favor of higher performance pure sport units. The problem with this mindset is that by doing so, you're overlooking one of the largest classes of side-by-sides on the market. Like it or not, more people are buying side-by-sides to both work and play than ever before. Yamaha's new tagline for the Viking is "Real World Tough," which plays to the idea that a true multi-purpose side-by-side should have no limitations. It should be fully capable of doing all the jobs you have set out for it to do during the day, and then also capable of helping you get away from it all out into the wilderness when it's time to relax. Power steering, 8 inches of front and rear wheel travel, nearly 12 inches of ground clearance, huge dumping cargo box, fully featured seating for 3, shiftable 4x4 with a fully locked diff, and Yamaha's proven quality and reliability are what make the Viking capable of living up to its purpose. Everyone knows that specifications and expectations don't necessarily add up to real-world performance. And here at DirtTrax, we're never happy unless we've found out just how capable a vehicle is on our turf. So next week, Mark is going to do a full test ride on the Viking and find out how it performs both on and off the trail. And AJ's headed to Montana with his Viking to hunt some white-tailed deer in a quest to see if it really does provide the capability and real-world usefulness it promises. So if you want to know the truth, all I can say is stay tuned.